You know, a lot of people think that getting in shape means living in the gym, but I'm here to tell you that is simply not true. In fact, I am living proof. I was able to gain 20 pounds of muscle in 12 months while only working out for 3 hours per week. So in today's video, I'm going to explain exactly how I did it. And by the end of the video, you're going to know exactly what you should do if you want to put on muscle while working a 9 to 5. The reason why a lot of people think you need to spend countless hours in the gym to get in shape is because we're used to this old belief that more time equals more results. But I'm here to tell you that is simply not true. In fact, that is one of the most ineffective ways to make progress. Real progress happens from micro changes. Micro changes in your habits, micro changes in your day-to-day, and those micro changes are things that you stick with. And consistency that compounds at the end of the day is really what drives progress. And I want you to go through every single point that I say in this video with that in the back of your mind. So the first thing that I did was fixing my diet. I don't know how many of y'all can relate to this, but I just did not eat proper food. The only thing that you need to worry about when it comes to diet is making sure that you're eating high protein and nutrition dense meals. This can come from two sources. The first source is to have more protein inside your meals. So you eat your chicken, you eat your rice, you eat your vegetables. Very balanced diet, very balanced meals. The second thing, and the easiest way, is to actually have more supplements. So protein shakes, protein bars, protein cereals, anything that has protein in the name will be very good for you. But do not depend on this. It is very hard to gain weight and to have energy if you're only focusing on supplements. So this is why I actually tend to lean more towards having a more balanced and varied diet. And supplements just kind of like add on top of that. And if you stay consistent with just these two changes, this is 95% of the diet that you need to get the results that you want to see. The second thing that I did was train like a power builder. When I first started working out, I used to think that isolations and all these different exercises at different angles is what drives results. But really, when you boil it down to its simplest forms, muscles grow as a response to the stress that you put on them. And another reason why I preferred compound lifts over isolation lifts is because compound exercises work more than one muscle at a time. For example, the bench press works your chest, shoulders, and triceps. If you wanted to work your chest, shoulders, and triceps individually, you'll need 3 separate exercises. And it is a lot faster to do one exercise than it is to do 3 exercises. So if we're working on 9 to 5, we want to choose exercises and movements that are the most efficient for our time. And by default, compound exercises win. You make progress so much faster and so much simpler, and it's a lot less complicated than trying to find an exercise for every single muscle. Just focus on the big 6 compound exercises and you literally work every single muscle in your body without the heartache of picking different exercises and trying to figure out what you have to do. The third thing I did was I improved my sleeping habits. How many of you guys are scrolling before you go to bed every single night? You may not realize it, but those 30 minutes that you're spending scrolling on your phone is deeply gonna impact your sleep. Micro changes are what win at the end of the day. All of us go to bed at night. So all you have to do is tweak 1 or 2 things around your routine to make sure you make your sleep more effective and you actually get the recovery that your body needs. So the biggest change that actually made the most effect for me was limiting my late night scrolling. I went to bed a lot quicker, I fell asleep a lot faster, and I slept way deeper and I felt way better when I woke up. You know, the general guidelines are 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. I would not stress that. I know that life does get busy and it's not always easiest to get 7 hours of sleep per night, but you want to have some structure around your sleep. It doesn't have to be perfect every single night, but as long as you're consistent with the time that you go to bed and the time that you wake up, you are going to get most of the benefits of having a very good sleeping routine. The fourth thing I did was I trained less. Yes, I trained less and I built more muscle. Muscles need recovery as much as they need stimulus. And in fact, rest is when your muscles actually grow. I used to get super guilty when I took days off. But when I started taking more rest days, my workouts felt better, I felt more energized, and I just enjoyed going to the gym more. And I was never guilting myself to going to the gym. I went to the gym when I wanted to go to the gym. And I enjoyed it because of that. And this kind of ties into the last point. My life did not revolve around lifting, but lifting revolved around my life. People overlook the sustainability of their routine. They overlook the sustainability of their approach, and because they do that, it's very hard to stick with something long term. Consistency is the only thing that is going to give you progress in the gym. There is no quick fixes, there are no hacks. It is just micro changes and being consistent with those micro changes over a long enough period of time. And the only way you're gonna do that is if you make working out a piece of the pie, but not the whole pie. So these are the 5 things that I did to build muscle while training under 5 hours per week. If you found this video helpful, make sure you leave a like. If you have any questions, make sure you leave those questions down in the comment section below. I answer every single question. I want everyone who watches this video to understand that working out does not have to be an extreme sacrifice. You can make significant progress while enjoying other aspects of your life. So if you like how that sounds, make sure you subscribe, because I'm making weekly videos explaining exactly how I made my progress so you can make progress too. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.